But first you better make sure that your kids are good and safe, that no one's fallen off a horse. And then you come to me and tell me how to be happy.
She was once hailed as the spark of American television, beaming into millions of homes with a dazzling smile. Yet behind Mary Tyler Moore's sunny on-screen persona lay hidden battles that few suspected. Her tale wasn't just about sitcoms and stardom, it was woven with heartbreak, family chaos, and a shattering event that changed her forever. From the outside, Mary Tyler Moore's early childhood seemed ordinary. Born in Brooklyn, she eventually moved with her family to Los Angeles, hoping for new opportunities. But the move didn't erase the troubles at home. Her mother's dependence on alcohol turned simple family moments into tense standoffs, and her father's distant nature made Mary crave approval. She poured her energy into dance lessons, mastering both ballet and tap while still in high school. It was her ticket to freedom, a chance to escape the drama unfolding behind closed doors. And soon enough, her dance skills landed her a breakthrough gig. She became Happy Hotpoint, a cheerful elf pitching home appliances on TV commercials. The sweet, carefree vibe of the role belied the pain quietly growing in her personal life. While Mary's star was just beginning to twinkle, her private world spun faster than she ever could have planned. She married at 18, only to discover she was pregnant soon after. That meant the end of her adorable elf commercials, and the start of motherhood. Her young son, Richie, brought her immense joy, but cracks were already forming in her household. With her marriage under strain, Mary sought any work she could get. Small modeling jobs and walk-on TV roles kept the money flowing, but it wasn't exactly the bright career she'd envisioned. A notorious audition for The Danny Thomas Show ended in rejection because, rumor had it, her nose seemed too petite to match the part of his daughter. But even that snub had a silver lining. Danny Thomas remembered her down the road when an even bigger opportunity arose. Mary's perseverance paid off in 1961 when she landed a life-changing role opposite Dick Van Dyke. The show rocketed her into stardom. Suddenly, she was America's favorite mom and wife, pairing her comedic timing with an approachable elegance. She performed a balancing act in real life too, single-handedly raising Richie after her divorce from her first husband. Even as the cameras caught Mary in laughter-filled scenes, her off-screen nights often ended in tears. One of her earliest tensions was with her co-star Rose Marie, who had been set to receive most of the comedic spotlight. But audiences found Mary's charm irresistible, and her role expanded. The newfound success couldn't mask the private anguish she carried. Her father's expectations still felt out of reach, and she wrestled with the guilt of not being the perfect mother to her little boy. Mary's figure-hugging capri pants became an unlikely talking point across America. Sponsors demanded safer, more traditional costumes, convinced her modern style was too risque. But Mary stood her ground, wanting a fresh, relatable look, rather than the stereotypical housewife dresses. Behind that sense of boldness, however, was a young woman still grappling with self-doubt. Off-camera, she found solace in Grant Tinker, a smart, assured TV executive. She quickly married again, hoping to build a more stable foundation, yet she felt an ache that she couldn't always define. She confessed to feeling anxious and lonely, even as the show soared in popularity and viewers adored her sweet persona. She began leaning heavily on alcohol, which brought flickers of numb relief at night and pounding regrets each morning. By the mid-1960s, Mary was racking up awards. 2 Emmys, a Golden Globe. Applause roared wherever she went. In the public's eye, she was a picture-perfect star, but she felt she was failing her real family. Her son, now old enough to notice her long days on set, started acting out. Mary blamed herself for missing simple motherly moments, often comparing her own behavior to her mother's absence in childhood. That fear haunted her. Eventually, the Dick Van Dyke Show came to an end, pushing Mary into a new career phase. Universal Pictures signed her, giving her the chance to appear on the big screen. Though some roles, like in Thoroughly Modern Millie, brought mild success, others went unnoticed. Each disappointment reminded her how fleeting fame could be, intensifying her anxiety. Fate intervened yet again when CBS offered Mary a new sitcom under her own banner, MTM Enterprises, co-founded with Grant Tinker. She became Mary Richards, a single-career woman forging her own path in Minneapolis. It was bold for the time. No husband, no perfect suburban setting, just a fiercely independent protagonist shaking up the decade's norms. Audiences loved it. Network execs, however, weren't so sure at first. They worried viewers wouldn't accept such a modern storyline. But Mary insisted, and the result was magic. The show was an instant sensation, and soon the image of Mary tossing her hat in the air became an iconic snapshot of 1970s optimism. Yet personal turmoil lingered. While celebrating Emmys for her new hit, she noticed her drinking was on the rise. Each poured glass offered escape from guilt over her often neglected son, whose rebellious streak was growing ominous. As Mary soared professionally, her private life unraveled. Her son's struggles escalated, involving risky substances and threats from dangerous individuals. By the time he reached his 20s, a single gunshot ended his life, reportedly a freak accident. But that didn't stop onlookers from whispering that it might have been self-inflicted. Tabloids circled like vultures, rehashing rumors of family drama and painting Mary as a mother, too focused on stardom to see the warning signs. Reeling from her loss, she staggered through her days, consumed by heartbreak and guilt. Some claimed she'd become more distant, giving interviews with a forced smile that vanished off camera. In reality, Mary was holding herself responsible. Through tears, she scattered her son's ashes, demanding answers from the universe, yet finding no relief. Grief can shatter any remaining foundation, and Mary's second marriage soon fell to pieces. She dove into work on the film Ordinary People, portraying a mother whose resentment and sorrow mirrored her own struggles in haunting ways. That performance, ironically, earned her widespread praise and an Academy Award nomination. Still, behind the scenes, she was unraveling further. She confessed to an affair during filming, an act she viewed as a desperate bid for validation. Meanwhile, she discovered a well of anger she had tried so hard to bury. Only after separating from Grant Tinker did she acknowledge her intense dependence on alcohol. In private moments, she described racing her car through Los Angeles streets, almost daring accidents to happen. In the 1980s, her health forced her to confront a new reality: type 1 diabetes. The disease demanded constant vigilance, medication, and lifestyle changes. Despite losing nearly all her vision, she pressed on, returning to Broadway and starring in TV roles. Her personal beliefs evolved too. She drifted from her early liberal stances toward more libertarian viewpoints, publicly criticizing certain federal research restrictions she felt hindered medical breakthroughs. Even as she sought spiritual healing and stepped into her third marriage, this time with a doctor much younger than she was, she found no perfect remedy. Surgeries, rumored plastic enhancements, and frequent falls led to repeated hospital stays. Sometimes the police arrived to calm domestic disputes when confusion and frustration overwhelmed her. In January of 2017, Mary Tyler Moore slipped away from this world, leaving behind both heartbreak and hope. In the public mind, she remains the smiling star who helped define a new kind of modern woman on television. But the reality of her life was far more tangled. Pain, triumph, addiction, tragedy. She lived through all of it while maintaining a bright, disarming grin that made viewers believe everything was perfectly fine. Her legacy endures as a cautionary tale. Even those who inspire generations can be shackled by private anguish. It's a reminder that celebrity isn't always the dreamy escape it appears to be. And for millions who still watch her shows, Mary Tyler Moore's resilience stands out. She refused to let failure define her. She pushed the boundaries of television, influenced women to chase their independence, and did everything in her power to keep smiling, even when everything inside her was shattering. Ultimately, her story speaks to the paradox of fame itself. Under those bright lights and scripted laughter, people can carry invisible battles. Mary Tyler Moore's journey, full of abrupt turns and heartbreaking losses, reveals just how hard it can be to find genuine happiness, even when your entire career is built around bringing it to others. So, after all this, how do you feel about Mary Tyler Moore's complex life story? Was she a fearless icon, pushing boundaries for women on TV, or a fragile figure overwhelmed by personal heartbreak? Let me know your thoughts and any surprising revelations you took away in the comments below. If you enjoyed exploring the hidden layers of her life, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe to the channel. There's so much more to uncover behind Hollywood's glittering curtain, and you won't want to miss any of it.
Now, sire, what do you desire for your royal birthday breakfast? Name it, your majesty, and it is but yours.
I shall have lox and bagels.